I'm always down for some Whisper Mars. Looking at some of the other options that they could potentially go for. You did mention a Centaur, so you can like close the gap, find this Zeus in the backlines. Rubik plus a Centaur lane, a lane that always has a kill threat, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. If you want to buy, like, you still don't know where this Nature's Prophet is going, so if you pick blindly, something like a Tidehunter, which is an Aura builder, mech, Guardian Greaves against these heroes could work out well, but then they could respond with something like Monkey King, which 23 definitely loves to play.
What's happened?
It's still a good option, I would say, here. Ooh. Definitely not expected, like we...
That ticks all the boxes, though, doesn't it? Gap close, the ability to come top of Prophet and Zeus.
Okay, it makes a lot of sense, though.
Not your normal aura buyer from the offlane.
No, imagine Spirit Breaker running around with Guardian Greaves. He's like, yeah, I'm getting ganked, and then he charges the guy, gets the mech in time.
And a punch for Talon. Here we go.
I forgot about this hero. This hero deals really well with Naga, Siren, Andy. Like, this is actually the best pick they could go. Sometimes I just forget about this hero, that this is a carry hero.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, hang on. It's a Sea Smile Spirit Breaker.
And Whisper Leshrac.
And a Whisper Lesh. So Pakaz on the Naga there. So mid Spirit Breaker. I mean, Whisper Lesh isn't a massive surprise. That was one of the heroes 2 or 3 seasons ago. He was destroying people. And he was actually buying Arcane's mech pipe on Lesh back then, like
before
2.5 years
cool.
ago. Before, yeah. It's a hipster.
If he wants to scale better, I also don't mind off-lane Leshrac going for the Bloodstone. Like, maybe you want to get the mech Guardian Greaves and then go back for the Bloodstone. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but also considering that he's playing in the Pudge, you know that this healing reduction is going to come out, he just might settle with the mech.
Yeah, might do. And Matthew Rubik Panda on the Treant. Looks pretty solid there for Evil Geniuses. The big question mark is going to be the Sea Smile Spirit Breaker. You know, itemization-wise, how he actually pivots from the mid lane. Definitely fits his playstyle and his role very well. Again, very active player, wants to be involved from an early stage. But is this the kind of phase boots Aghanims, you know, with the Kaya Yasha? What does he want for Spirit Breaker? Early BKB is a potential?
I think
Jabs with a fully completed Assault Cuirass at this point makes things very
stole
simple.
the hook, alright. Oh. This is it. This is the comeback.
This is it. Gets Jabs, drags him back. Telekinesis up, but he's got BKB if he needs it. Sea Smile does connect onto the Tusk, so no play there for him. Well, he heals from the Lash. It does allow him to get the damage out with the Pulse Nova, but when he lands, he disappears. Now Pakaz's turn with a Song of the Siren. Gets the sleep onto a bunch of them, but then gets slept himself. The Sandman comes, and it's Ollie hiding from the Invis in this Ricky form as Spirit Breaker and Panda that charged in towards the Gleipnir of Jabs. Held in place, rooted up, Illusion sent forward, but that's it. Lights out. 3 heroes dead again, and the barracks wide open. GG call, they know they've got no answers. It just felt like everything coincided really nicely for Talon there. You think about that period, sort of 15, 16 minutes in, they had Gleipnir on Nature's Prophet, Kaya Sanj on the Zeus, double shard for Zeus and Ricky, Blade Mail on Pudge, and they were ready to fight at a moment's notice. Just, you see a hero that's being gone on by Spirit Breaker, yeah, he's got Shadow Blade, we've got cancels, we've got damage, and everything we needed there.
This has always been the problem, at least from my point of view, with this EG squad, with the old Beast Coast squad, is they tend to like overcomplicate things, like have this Leshrac on the off lane, then you have Spirit Breaker from the mid lane. Looks cool, but sometimes it makes the games very difficult for them to play it, where like I think this is a good example where if your mid laner gets shut down, it just
you want consistency, right?
Pretty much. Like, you want to be consistent, you know, like you want to be on the top. This is also a very explosive team, and if they get the draft themselves that they really like, I mean, this has been their playstyle for a very long time. I think I talked about Entity before when we were showing the standings, and Entity, they're at 4-0, but they also have their own way of playing Dota, where they just don't care about like meta. There are certain heroes, but overall they play Dota for themselves. Like, they think it's working, they're gonna stick with it. The same thing for EG.